have David Campbell, and David is head of e-commerce Home by Flexify. But just a reminder to everybody that you can submit your questions on slido.com, or you can also email them in to events@sandyford.ie. David, you're very welcome. And just before we go into just you come with a huge amount of experience. As I said, you're head of e-commerce at Home by Flexify, the market leader in the Irish buy now, pay later sector. David has a strong background in retail and e-commerce, having worked with leading brands across multiple sectors. He has represented Ireland at the Global E-commerce Roundtable and has presented to both E-commerce Europe and the United Nations on the Irish e-commerce landscape. David also holds a role as Director in Digital Business Ireland. David, you're very welcome, and we look forward to hearing from you in terms of how to maximise your online sales.
Thanks a million for the introduction, guys. Really appreciate it. A huge thank you, obviously, to Sandyford Business District. Be delighted to have present here in terms of Innovation Week. It's a fantastic initiative, and presentations to date throughout the week have been fantastic. So my presentation today, it's all going to be about how you can maximize your online sales, and I'm going to go through different key aspects that you can implement and obviously take advantage of the online opportunity going forward, coming up to Cyber Week and Christmas 2020. So a little bit about myself. So previously I was the e-commerce manager in Retail Excellence Ireland. I dealt with leading retailers across multiple sectors, whether it be Harvey Norman, Woody's DIY, CompuBeef, for example. We supported these on all different aspects of online, whether it be developing websites, social media, logistics, payments, and we developed great relationships with the likes of Google, Facebook, and we're also partners of e-commerce Europe. So it was a great experience for myself. And in my current role in Home by Flexify, I'm the head of e-commerce. We support multiple partners across various different sectors, whether it be Samsung, Audi, Therapy Clinic, for example. We're the market leader in the buy now, pay later sector, and we work both in-store, online. We're an Australian-based company with a head office over in Sydney, and we also have offices in New Zealand. But a big focus for us right now is also supporting as many Irish merchants as we can in light of obviously the lockdown restrictions and how we can boost their online opportunity. As mentioned previously, I'm also director in Digital Business Ireland. It's a great organisation set up to help any merchant trading online across multiple sectors, whether it be HR, could be public policy, food, pharmacy, for example. So we're a dedicated support body. If anybody wants any advice or information, please get in touch with myself or Lorraine directly, and we'll be more than happy to support. So today on the agenda, I'll keep this as brief as possible, but we're going to go through a few metrics that I think are extremely important for retailers to implement and will help you obviously maximize and drive your sales ahead of Cyber Week. So we'll go through email marketing, we'll dive into social media, content creation, SEO, website user experience, and then also the various different support mechanisms that are available to business, both in Ireland at the moment. So first up, email marketing. It's such a fantastic tool that business can obviously utilize, whether it be to boost positive brand awareness, increase your conversion rate, and also generate positive customer loyalty and boost your brand as a whole. So first up, personalization. Whenever you're obviously sending your emails out to customers, you have to make sure it's personal and it's obviously relevant to the dedicated user, whether it be me, for example. I'm into athletics, health and fitness, so I might get running adverts for example, maybe Gym Plus Coffee. It could be lifestyle sports, for example. The content has to be relevant to myself based on previous interactions with the website. You could be doing heat maps, for example, monitoring previous shopping habits, but it's all about resonating and building that positive brand loyalty with your customers. Subject lines are absolutely crucial. So it has to be captivating, it has to be interesting, it has to actually entice the customer to actually open this email first and foremost. Time to send is a really, really important aspect to obviously effective email marketing. So you need to monitor various different open rates, previous campaigns, how your customers are interacting with your brand based on previous shopping habits. For example, it might be better early in the morning when people are traveling to work, for example, or maybe after in the evening. People might be more likely to obviously convert online, whether they finish their day of work, they could be sitting down on the couch and browsing through various different products. And another really important aspect is obviously to segment your email database. So this is to go through all the data you have on hand, whether it be through a CRM, for example, or whatever database you have. So segment your email campaigns based on previous shopping habits. You can do based down by demographics, whether it be age, whether it be male or female, different demographics where customers are based, for example. So this can help you obviously target your dedicated customers a bit more effectively down the line. Content is key. So the content has to be relevant, it has to be appealing, it has to be visually appealing first and foremost, obviously, to the user. The content, it has to be straightforward and straight to the point. You're always competing against various different brands. Now, it's a really competitive landscape, so you need to stand out from the crowd and highlight your unique selling point and what differs you from your competitors. Responsive and optimized design. So it's so important to test constantly, whether it be on laptop, it could be on desktop, it could be on mobile devices, just to ensure that everything's formatted correctly, it's displaying as it should, and it just promotes a better user experience. Effective call to actions. So it can be used for various different events, for example, whether it be signing up. You can have a survey looking to boost respondents, or whether you're an online retailer, for example, buy now. So just making it as easy and clear as possible for the actual user to interact with your brand. And then last but not least, measuring performance. It's so important to obviously track how your campaigns are performing, previous campaigns, what worked well, what didn't work well, for example, and how you can optimize and use these learnings going forward for future campaigns. This example, one of my favorite brands, this is Lifestyle Sports, and this is just a general example of what an effective email campaign should be structured. So clear up the top, Nike running be first to the finish line. So automatically when I see this, it comes into my head that I'm obviously going to be ahead of my competitors if I'm buying or utilizing these products. The standard Lifestyle Sports logo, everything's clear and concise, faster, stronger. It's all about that in the back of the head, just resonating with your customers. Obviously, you need these products and they're going to give you that little extra edge. Just below the email banner, so this is your unique selling point. Order before 10 p.m. for next day delivery. If I'm browsing at whether 8 or 9 p.m. at night, it's a really, really competitive offering, and it's more than likely going to make me increase my likely to convert. Shop now, clear call to actions. It's only a small description on the actual products, but it's straight, clear, concise, to the point. You highlight the key products, what obviously works well. You're obviously trying to upsell higher ticket items if possible, whether it be bundling. There's another clear call to action, and then all your relevant contact details are at the bottom, whether it be contact us, delivery information, and then social icons, for example. So you just want to make it clear and concise, easy for the customers to interact with your brand. Few different tools you can utilize. MailChimp, for example, it's a free online tool up to 2,000 users. You can segment all your email database, upload various different templates. You can monitor your performance. It's a great tool. It's handy, it's cost effective, and many Irish businesses across all sectors use this. HubSpot is also a great CRM system. So there's multiple features in this, whether it be CRM. You can link in, say, your marketing campaigns, social media as well. So there's a lot of opportunities with these. And one thing that we use internally in Home by Flexify is Campaign Monitor. So it's a fantastic tool that we use, obviously, to segment our email database based on previous shopping habits, and it just allows us to be a bit more effective with our online marketing. Social media, you can't get away from it. There's so many different platforms coming out nearly every week, every month. There's something, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be Snapchat. So there really is something for everybody, and it's just about finding the right platform for your business to effectively engage with your customers and boost that brand engagement. One fantastic thing about social media is it has the power to obviously bring communities together. So on the left-hand side here, we see the Do It For Dan campaign. So Dan is a small child, and unfortunately he's unwell at the moment, but they launched a GoFundMe campaign for the people of Ireland, and it brought everybody together to obviously fundraise for life-saving treatment. And it's obviously fantastic that they did make the target for this, and it's just great to obviously see people of Ireland coming together during obviously these tough times. And on the right-hand side, we see a campaign from Louise Cooney. So she's a well-known influencer in Ireland, whether it be fashion, lifestyle, for example, and she supported Pieta House. So this year, due to COVID restrictions, they weren't obviously able to have the Darkness Into Run Light campaign. This is their main fundraiser for the year, and Louise set up a GoFundMe page to obviously support great funds for the work that this charity needs to do to promote mental health awareness. And just based on this one campaign from our social media campaign, she raised over €70,000. So that was a fantastic achievement. One great tool that people should definitely utilize is Facebook for Business. So it's a great free online resource. You can learn about all the insights, solutions, different courses, certificates that Facebook offer. So on the next slide, you can see all the various different platforms you can go through, whether it be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it can be WhatsApp, all your various different marketing campaigns. If you want to create content, if you want to manage your ads on Facebook, any kind of creative inspiration, whether it be apps, different utilities they can utilize, it's absolutely fantastic resource, and you definitely should utilize this. There's online learning and certificates that you can also upskill, whether it be individually, it could be for your team. So definitely do get on board with this. And obviously, if some people have a bit more free time on their hands at the moment, it's definitely worth upskilling yourself through this resource. Another great piece of resources from the Facebook business is the various different trends and reports they have. So they have in-depth analysis across all different sectors, whether it be fashion, it could be retail, it could be food. So there's really great resources available, and it's the latest insights across all users, across various different platforms and different demographics across the world. So you should definitely check these out. And one other great addition to the Facebook business platform is they have a partner section. So these are all registered partners who specialize in various different aspects of advertising across the platforms they use, and it's based on sectors and demographic location. So you can find a wide range of great Irish partners obviously available to support your business and help drive your online growth. Next up, Twitter. So Twitter, for myself, I find it absolutely fantastic in terms of news, different updates. One thing that's great in terms for retailers is customer support. So if you're looking for updated order information, for example, it's great. You see the likes of DPD, DHL, we're always doing this. Updated opening hours, say for example, obviously with the change in landscape, it's great to obviously update your customers and just interact with them a bit more efficiently. One thing that Twitter also have, similar to Facebook, so they have their business account. So there's a wide range of different solutions they have, whether it be basics, just introduction to Twitter, creating your profile, for example, how to actually connect with your customers. Then on the right-hand side, all your targeting, whether it be ad campaign, analytics, so how you can actually monitor your performance, how these are working well, and how you can target them a bit more effectively. You have your ads help center. So this is general support, any advice or information you need, whether it be setting up campaigns, there's dedicated support in place for that. And also there's various different resources and guides. So trialed and tested campaigns, whether it be there's blogs, there's webinars, success stories. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel with this, but definitely do utilize the supports that they have available. One of the things I love most about Twitter is you don't need to reinvent a wheel, as I mentioned, and sometimes it's the most simple ideas that come across the most effective. So on the right hand side, you can see this is Carter Wilkinson. So this is a teenager from Wisconsin in America, and he just sent a general tweet one day to Wendy's, yo, how many retweets for a year's supply of free chicken nuggets? They came back and they replied 18 million, just as a joke. But this thing took off. It went NBC, CNN, all global stars, whether it be across sports, movie stars, they all piggyback on the back of this. And it actually beat the famous Oscar selfie taken by Ellen DeGeneres. So you can see you have the likes of Brad Pitt in this, like all well-known names, and it's actually the second most popular tweet of all time. So it just shows like simple ideas can obviously be hugely effective for your brand. So do think about that. It's cool and quirky stuff. Another great aspect for social media and to upskill your learning opportunities is LinkedIn Learning. So whether it be individual or team basis, they have a wide range of resources available across multiple topics. So whether it could be marketing, it could be PowerPoint, it could be Excel, they have a huge amount of resources available, whether it be online certificates, just courses, and there's blogs, there's webinars. So definitely do check out these tools to obviously help your online performance and upskill your team internally during these challenging times. A few good resources you can utilize: Canva. So Canva is a free online tool. There's obviously a paid version, But you can use this to create really professional content, whether it be posters, social media, campaigns. You can use this for different web banners, just designing really professional looking content at a cost effective price. Hootsuite in the middle. So this allows you to schedule your social media posts across different platforms, whether it be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be LinkedIn. It just gives you a bit more consistency and allows you to focus on different aspects of the brand. Different agency, if you're obviously looking to outsource this, if you don't have the resource internally, you can check out Social Media Elite. They're an Irish agency. They work with some fantastic brands such as Sosumi and Mars Pharmacy, Dunn Stores, for example. So they have a wealth of knowledge and expertise available. Content is king. So you need to create, obviously, content that's visually appealing, that's going to appeal to the users and generate positive brand awareness and hopefully drive your sales. So 3 great examples. So this is Gymshark on the left-hand side. So they're the fastest growing UK company, and they're a health and fitness brands and athletic and fitness equipment primarily. So they tweeted earlier in the year, "We changed our name to Home Shark because some of you needed reminding to stay home." This actually was their most popular tweet of all time, and it received millions of retweets and likes across Twitter. So it just shows that the power of social media, you can obviously bring a wider community together. One of my favorites on the right hand side, it's Usain Bolt. So he's been keeping his 2 meter distance since day one, since he started running. So it's all about social distancing, but it just shows kind of cool and quirky initiatives. And then last but not least, just on the right hand side, Nike. So they pushed this out a couple of months ago to obviously generate awareness on the importance of playing together on the same team to protect a wider community. If you ever dreamed of playing for millions around the world, now is your chance. One fantastic example of an Irish brand who have got content absolutely perfect. They've nailed it, and this is Gym Plus Coffee. So athletics and fitness brands, they do in-store, online events. They're Brian O'Driscoll as their head of community. They support Irish females, for example, Amy O'Donoghue. She's an international Irish athlete, and it's big into obviously supporting Irish females in sport, because we need to obviously support them as much as possible. We have some fantastic athletes, and we just need to ensure that they obviously get the correct coverage. One great thing that they do is they pick a week. So this is picturing the various different travel experiences from their various different customers, showcasing the actual brands that they wear. And last but not least, so this is Make Life Richer campaign, just on the left-hand side. So this is all about their brand values and how they can obviously create a community to bring Irish consumers together and obviously enhance their lifestyle, whether it be through health and fitness activities. Few people worth following. So if you check out Wolfgang Digital, they do some fantastic resources and reports. So the e-commerce benchmark report, for example, it's one of the best reports you come across in the Irish e-commerce industry. Vinny O'Brien on the right hand side, you should definitely check him out on LinkedIn. Any online trends coming down the line, he'll be the first one to obviously notify you guys. If you want to upskill your knowledge and expertise from the paid version, whether it be online courses, certificates, check out the Digital Marketing Institute. A few other different resources, Love in Dublin, for example, if you want to do positive brand awareness, whether it be editorial campaigns on a nationwide scale, they have a wide range of resources. AdSmart from Sky, you can obviously promote your brand across TV. They have some fantastic resources which are extremely cost effective for retailers at the moment to obviously support them in the current landscape. And on the right hand side, these are just a few different apps from Facebook. So you don't need to pay for a huge amount of these resources. If you think Joe Wicks, the body coach, he actually done all his workouts initially just from filming on an iPhone device. So it shows that you don't need to obviously have the most expensive equipment to create fantastic campaigns. So next up, search engine optimization. SEO is absolutely crucial to your online performance, and it's the backbone for your website performance. So there's no point in obviously developing an absolutely fantastic website, social media campaigns, if you're not doing the background search engine optimization. So a few technical SEO points that are really important and I think you should utilize. So mobile page load speed. Obviously ensure that these are optimized, they're performing well, constantly check these daily, hourly if possible, if you can, just to make sure everything's running at optimized performance. Error 404 messages, make sure all your content on site, it's fully optimized. There's no errors being received to users, for example, because it's poor brand experience. And if I go onto a new website, click on a page, and if I get an error 404 message, I more than likely won't revisit that. Google AMP for faster load times. So this is optimizing, say, your website content, whether it be your HTML, JavaScript, for example. Do make sure your agency or your web developers are on top of this. Website index for content. So this is obviously ensuring, say, the most relevant search results are given to the users. So say, for example, if I type in running and fitness, I might be brought to the running and fitness section of Lifestyle Sports, whether certain retailers, for example, might bring me to football or golf, and it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So it's not a positive user experience for myself. Update XML sitemaps for new pages. So you need to be telling Google and making them aware that obviously you have new content coming out, and they can obviously showcase the most relevant search result to the user searching for your brand or different trends. Then lastly, on the technical side, so canonical tags for similar pages. So say, for example, if you have similar content across various different pages on your website, you just want to avoid duplication and just make sure that the user is directed to the most relevant page based on their search query on Google. On-site SEO, so you need to target more efficient keywords. So what you need to be doing, obviously, at the moment and before Black Friday, Christmas, for example, you need to be searching what are the key terms, whether it be across Google, what are people searching for, based on your industry, based on your specific target market, for example. And you have to be smart, because obviously if there's more traction for various different keywords, it's going to be more effective to kind of bid on these, whether it be through your AdWords campaigns or Google Shopping. So you just need to take these into account. As you mentioned previously with the emails, clear call to actions, they have to be clear and concise across the site, whether it be applying for an application, for example, if you a retailer shop now, for example, just in the shopping cart, or an event sign up, you just need to make it as clear as possible for the user. Unique selling point. You need to shout and scream what differs you from your competitors, how you can stand out from the crowd, and how you can deliver that same fantastic customer experience on site with your website as you would within your physical retail store, if that applies. Fix broken links. Always be checking these just to make sure everything's fully optimized on the site. There's no error 404 messages, and just make sure everything's working as it should be. Brand mention links. So if you're redirecting to different pages, for example, Love in Dublin, you might have an editorial article and you might reference it back to your site. Just make sure everything's working correctly. And then blogs. Can't emphasize how important these are. They're not utilized fully, in my opinion, for retailers across the country, and it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a free resource you can use if needs be to promote your positive brand awareness, and across various different sectors, whether it be health and fitness, could be health, and it could be pharmacy, it could be retail. So there's a wide range of opportunities. That's all positive for obviously boosting your SEO and page rank on Google search engine. A few different resources you can utilize. Google Digital Garage. It's fantastic online resources to upskill your knowledge across multiple topics, whether it be online certificates, it can be courses, they have webinars, for example, so you can go through Google AdWords, your analytics, YouTube shopping, and you can do Google shopping, for example, and definitely utilize these. I've used them myself, and it's fantastic resources. You can get obviously certified for their actual Google Academy, so it's great if for individually, for your team internally, and also if you're on the job hunt at the moment, for example. Or an Irish agency, one that I can't recommend highly enough, Core Optimization. They're fantastic resources. They work with ourselves and Home by Flexify. They work with the K Club, for example, CompuB, and they specialize in a wide range of different aspects, whether it be paid search, could be video advertising, Google Shopping, for example. So definitely do get in touch with them if you're looking to outsource your agency. Lastly, so website user experience. So it's a key point I just want to finish on, and it's obviously one of the most critical aspects that you need to obviously focus on to boost your positive brand awareness and drive your sales. ahead of Cyber Week and Christmas 2020. So fundamentals, first and foremost, you need to implement heat maps on the website. So you need to be tracking the user journey, what's working well, what are people searching, and you can obviously highlight if there's a drop off, for example. And these things you can monitor obviously effectively with your Google Analytics. So all the key online metrics, so your users, your bounce rates, your conversion rates. So you need to be checking these daily and just optimize your performance as much as possible. Live chat, it's a great online resource that you can use. So to obviously guide the customers if they have any search queries, for example, guide them to obviously the relevant products that they're searching, and just different customer support. It's a better user experience. Predictive search, it's a great tool you can utilize on the website. Say, for example, if I'm on Harvey Norman, type in LAP, it'll come back laptop, and then it'll come back with the most relevant search terms based on my previous shopping habits and user activity on the website. Real-time stock, Lorraine mentioned this. It's obviously crucial to have your EPOS system integrated in real time with your website stock, because there's nothing more irritating, for example, if you go to buy a product, you pay for everything, and then you get an email back from a retailer saying, I'm sorry, we actually don't have that in stock. Reviews, last but not least on this point, it's a fantastic tool across different platforms, whether it be Trustpilot, could be Google reviews, could be Facebook. So it's a great way to obviously boost your positive brand awareness and obviously drive conversions across the site. One tool that people should definitely utilize is Digital Assistant. So this is an on-site tool that's used to obviously promote the user experience and guide them through the purchasing funnel. So it improves customer engagement, so it's more personal. It obviously helps them with the relevant search query. It increases your conversion rate. So you obviously want to upsell the higher ticket items. Say, for example, if you're buying a laptop, you can guide them down the purchasing funnel. You want to sell the warranty, you want insurance, there might be some added memory, for example. So it's a great tool to help with that. It enhances customer loyalty. It's a better experience. You're looking after your customers and are more likely to actually return to your website. And then it's also the one-to-one personalized experience. Hi, David, how are you today? What are you looking for? How can I help you? You know, it's just more positive brand awareness, and it's more likely that I'll return to your website for future purchases and recommend you to a friend or family, for example. So this is an example of Digital Assistant. This is VE Global. They're fantastic resources and tools available. And just on the left-hand side, you can see this is search query from a user, for example. So you need help choosing a laptop, what will you be using for? So if I typed in laptop on Curry's PC World, for example, the Digital Assistant will pop up, and they're looking for a bit more information to obviously guide the user back to the most relevant search term, whether it be browsing the web, school, office, or gaming. So based on my interaction and feedback on what I'm looking for, the Digital Assistant will guide me down the purchasing funnel based on the most relevant product for my needs. You can use different discount codes. So whether it be a simple pop-up, for example, 10% off, if you want to obviously shift new promotions or various different items. If you have high levels of stock, for example, you can do a simple 5 or 10% discount code. You can do a pop-up newsletter, for example. It's all about creating like the sense of urgency. So expires soon, and then you might send a large discount code later at night to obviously increase their likely to purchase and increase your overall conversion rates. Cross-sell items, as I mentioned before, with the laptop example. So when you're searching for a laptop, you obviously want to cross-sell various different items, whether it be insurance, additional memory, different warranty, for example. So it's all about trying to increase your conversion rate as much as possible during these times. One tool that people should definitely utilize is Google Market Finder. So if you type in Google Market Finder online, this is a wide range of supports available to retailers across all different industries across the globe. And if you type in your website, it'll give various different search terms. So what it does is it provides you with advice and expertise, whether it be payment methods in various different countries, could be logistics, it could be payment and tax and legislation, for example, what works well in Ireland. It may not be the exact same online shopping trends, say, for example, whether it be Germany or could be over in the UK. So these are all various different aspects and resources that you should utilize if you're looking to obviously expand your online presence internationally. Other tools that they have on site is various different aspects. So if you want to support and expertise, developing global marketing strategy, display advertising, video advertising across YouTube, for example. There's an absolute wealth of resources available, so definitely do utilize the Google Market Finder platform. Different platforms, for example, with Irish retailers, they're extremely popular at the moment with Shopify. It's a fantastic resource. It's out-of-the-box solution. The beauty about Shopify is you don't need the deep down developer knowledge or technical expertise, and it integrates with your e-post system, various different platforms, whether it be Facebook, different social tools. So it's a great tool to obviously utilize. WooCommerce is very popular with Irish merchants at the moment. Magento, for example, it's a bit more complex. If you have large product scoop selection, whether it be high-end fashion retailers, they might utilize Magento too. AB Commerce, they're another great Irish brand, and same with Nitrocell. And just on the left-hand side, these are a few different Irish agencies, such as Monsoon Consulting, Milk Bottle Labs, AB Commerce, Magico. So if you guys want any advice or information in terms of platforms and web development agencies, I'm more than happy to support you guys after the call with this. And then last but not least, so these are various different supports available to Irish merchants trading online. So as mentioned, I'm a director in Digital Business Ireland, provide a wide range of supports across various different aspects to various different Irish companies trading online. So if you want any advice or expertise, we're more than happy to support. Definitely do utilize the local enterprise offices. They have the Leo grants to obviously help you get trading online. Initially, IE domain registry, so registering your .ie domain. First and foremost, they do some great reports, such as Digital Health Index. The latest tipping point report is definitely worth checking out. Your local chambers of commerce, they have a lot of webinars, different events available, and crucial support that you obviously should make the most of, obviously during these challenging times. On a larger scale, Enterprise Ireland, they have the online retail scheme. So if you really want to maximize your online performance, do apply for these grants, because they're a game changer, and they can obviously help you support your online growth both in Ireland and across internationally. And that's where the likes of e-commerce Europe fall into play. So if you want to expand internationally across various different EU markets, they provide fantastic support to us in Digital Business Ireland, and we can support you guys through that as well. So going through all, today we ran through supports, different tools that you can utilize to maximize your online performance. And this is one quote that resonates with myself. A lot of people have probably watched The Last Dance on Netflix, and this is one piece from Michael Jordan. So some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. So we can give you all these tools and knowledge and expertise, but unless you're obviously willing to do the background work, it's not going to pay off. But online, it's a fantastic opportunity. It's not a case of just developing your website and it's going to do the work for you. It's continuous work in progress. It's like a relationship, for example. Like the more time and effort you put into it, the more rewards you can to be reaped. So that's all from me. Really appreciate everybody's time today. Thanks again to Sandyford Business District. Delighted to be part of Innovation Week, and as I mentioned, more than happy to support any queries we have, whether it be in Home by Flexify, Digital Business Ireland, and if you have any queries, I'm happy to answer them during the panel discussion.
David Campbell, Head of E-Commerce, Home by Flexify, thank you very much. You're going to stay with us.